Hello and welcome to my Ever Messy Art Studio. My name is Keeks, and today we are going to be looking at abstract watercolors, which is going to be super exciting. So give me just one moment. I'm just going to pop up my live here so that I can see what's going on. There we go. We are all set. So yesterday kind of had a bit of a hiccup. Yesterday my internet cut out twice. So I wasn't able to stream. So I apologize to anybody who was watching yesterday. That was probably really confusing to you. But yeah, that's what happened is it just was my it was just my internet going out. Spectrum had a huge outage in my area, and I didn't know about it at the time. So today, hopefully, we're going to have better luck and we won't have to worry about that. I was recording the whole time. Oh my gosh, it must have been on it must have been through my cellular data because yeah, I couldn't access YouTube at all. And I was really confused because my phone kept freezing too. So I apologize for that. I know that must have been super confusing. And thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I did end up finishing the chicken watercolors though, so I did want to show that to you real quick. So what I ended up doing was watercoloring on each of them, the three chickens, and then I also put on little tinfoil hats, which you can kind of see they're shiny. Yes, babe?
When does the graduate start again?
You graduate kindergarten tomorrow.
At 1 o'clock.
No, not at 1 o'clock. It's a little bit later than that.
Which o'clock?
I'm not sure what time it is, but right now, aren't you supposed to be in bed?
Yes.
All right, go to bed, sweetheart. I love you.
Maybe it's at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit later in the day, but go on ahead.
Maybe it's 6.
We're live right now if you wanted to say hi, Rona.
Ah, hi!
But anyway, all right, that's
Hi,
enough.
hi, 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 hi.
Please don't hit my camera. All right. So anyway, I was able to finish the chickens and I put little cute hats on them so they're very conspiratized. And then the other thing I was able to do is on the back of each card, I was able to put little windows with chickens peeking out of them. So they look kind of like they're like looking through, peeping through, seeing what the humans are doing. And it's kind of cute because some of these have windows that actually open a little bit. So it's kind of fun and a little interactive. So hopefully, whenever my friends get these, they'll really enjoy them. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of give you an update on those. And I'm still in a watercolor mood. So what I thought we could do today was go and do an exercise in creative abstract watercolor. I am going to do a quick flip through of this book just in case you've never heard of it before. You can find this book on Amazon. It is by Kate Rebecca Leach, and it is the Creative Abstract Watercolor book. She has two books. I have both of them. I'm just not sure where the other one is at the moment. Try not to spill my water for the watercoloring. That would be bad. But yeah, she has a whole bunch of beautiful exercises in this book. Many different projects in here. She goes through different color studies, different ideas that you can do with your watercolor, the different tools that you might want to use, just different stuff like that. Oh, hi, Carol. Good to see you. Ooh, Dairy Queen. Yes. This is a great book. I love this book. I actually really enjoyed doing this one, which is the stones, where you let the watercolors touch and play with each other. And then you kind of draw based on what you see. That's one of my favorite exercises in this book. But there's just a ton of different things in here. She also goes over different techniques, which is really fun too. Um, and how to use masking fluid, different types of shapes that you can make with your watercolor and how you would do that. So it is a beautiful book to have. And then there's a bunch of projects in it, like this one's loose stripes, and it goes through and does like just every little thing that you might need to know about how to create it. Concentric circles, bold blocks, This is the regular pebbles, which is the one that I really like to do whenever I don't know what to do. It's always a good go-to because you can use different colors. Um, but yeah, so you can do scallops, freestyle abstract. This one uses a lot of masking fluid in it, which is really fun and interesting. You can use different colors. You don't have to use the same colors that she uses, which I think is really nice. And today we probably won't use the same colors that she uses. What I'm probably going to do is I have the color cube and I'll probably draw a card out of the color cube at random and see what kind of colors we end up with. And then based on that, it'll make me decide which watercolors to use. I was originally going to use the Gansai Tambis, which I have sitting beside me, but it's really going to depend on what kind of color palette that we end up pulling today. Um, so we'll just kind of see about that. The one that I wanna do is actually this one today, the organic trees. It's not one that I've done before, so I think that one would be really fun, and especially with different colors to see what exactly we get out of that. I just think that that would be a really fun idea. Oops, are you trying to get by me, Rowena? Sorry, my dog was trying to get by my chair. Um, but yeah, so I thought we could do that today. And look, she even adds like different circles and stuff in here. Like we could probably come up with a pretty cool picture. And then depending on what time it is after we finish doing that project, I thought that I could do a second project in here, which would be really fun to do. So there's just a whole bunch of different stuff. This one I've actually done on artist trading cards before, which was really fun to put like different fish and stuff on it. And you can also do collage with these too. Like, for example, if I decided that I didn't want to draw the fish, I could always collage little fish on top of it. And that would be really fun. You've got little houses, a little bit of everything. But I think we're going to go back to the trees because I just think that that looks like a really fun project to do. So I'm just going to set that to the side. And then for those of you that are watching, can you please put a number in the chat, either 1 or 2, because I have both color cube blocks, so I'm not sure which one I want to pick out of. So if you could give me a 1 or a 2, and whoever puts it in the chat first, that's the number I'll use. So I'm going to wait a second. 2. Okay. Let me grab that. Thank you, Carol. All right. So here is our giant. Oh, how long have I been doing watercolor? Honestly, I'm a novice at watercolor. I've only been doing it for about a year. I learned how to watercolor from another artist here on YouTube. Her name is Janet M. Young. Um, and she is awesome at watercolor. So I would definitely recommend her channel. But she taught me how to watercolor, and ever since then, I've been addicted to it. It's something that I really enjoy playing with. I love how the colors melt together. I'm really a huge fan of it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to select a color card. Who is calling out to me here? Let's go through the middle here. And it looks like I've got this color card, which ironically I might be able to use the Gansai Tambi with. Let's see here. We might be able to actually make that work. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you're gonna be doing realism soon? Ooh, that's awesome. I tried to learn realism and I wasn't good at it. All right, bye, Carol. Thank you. So we are gonna use this color palette right here. And so the colors that we are going to be using are right here. So I do have two types of beige in here. I have a gray beige and a flax beige. Probably gonna use this flax beige. So we're gonna use that one. We'll use this coral pink. And then I also have Potter's pink. You know what? The beige in this almost looks kind of pinky. What if we just used all four of these colors that are right here and then picked maybe this Billard's green? That would be good. So I'm going to actually take these colors out of their palettes so that we can use them. And it's okay. They actually say what they are underneath them. So if I ever like lose what they are, it's not actually going to be a problem. So let me rearrange these a little bit. We'll go like this. And then I think I want this billiards green. So we'll put that there. So those are our colors that we're going to be using. And we'll set that to the side now. I'm going to remove my color cube. All right. And then we'll bring out our water here. And then we'll bring out this. So basically what I think I'm going to do with this is we're going to pretend that anywhere in the directions where there's supposed to be greens, we're going to put any of these colors in it. And then we can use our accent colors or the stems of the trees um, with the green, which I think could be really interesting. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. And let's go ahead and start popping colors on here. So it says step 1, you're going to want to start by masking your page. Cover up the paper with a variety of soft circles and oval shapes, and they should look natural. So what we're going to do is just get a big paintbrush here. Let's see. I'm looking at my paintbrush options. Let's use this one. This is a Caran d'Ache paintbrush. It's a size 8. I think that would be nice. You're trying to learn watercolor, but you can't draw, so everything has to be whimsical. This would be a perfect book for you. Because a lot of the exercises in it are whimsical. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my watercolor journal for you and I'll show you. I think this could be great for you. You don't need to know how to draw to use this book. Hold on 1 second. I put those in here, right? Fruits and sugar. Thank you, Keisha. Where'd you set those at? Hmm. Well, it looks like I've moved it, but I've actually done most of the things in this book. And I can promise you, you do not need to know how to draw to use this book. And you'll see it. I'm not going to be drawing anything on here. I'm just going to be making circles. So we'll go ahead and start. And if I think about where I put those watercolor journals at, I'll take them out. But I moved and rearranged stuff lately. I didn't move physically my address, but I mean, I moved everything in my art room around because I've been making a lot of different journals and books and stuff. So I have been trying to make room for that. So just take a bunch of water and pip it in your paint. It's on your list. Okay, great. Yeah, so we're just going to make little circles. And the technique that I'm using right now is called wet on dry, which just means I'm putting wet water on dry paper. The circles can be as circular or as oval, oblong as you want them to be. There's not really any rules to watercolor, which is nice. Now, if I wanted to do something called wet on wet, how you do that is you just take a wet paintbrush and wet where you want. So I'm going to make a circle of wet water like that. And I'm going to move this up a little bit because I see that I'm not quite on the screen. But so I just made a circle of wet water. I can take the paint and tap it into the wet water and it's going to spread. And that is called the wet on wet technique. So you can do that as well. It just kind of depends on the look that you're wanting to give. And since these are supposed to be natural circles, that's a pretty natural look. It's kind of bushy. Um, so however you want to do it, you can also mix colors whenever you do wet on wet. So like, let's say that I thought that was too red and I wanted to add a pink to it. All I have to do is just dip it in there and the pink will start to spread. So that's kind of the fun thing about watercolors is they're very malleable, but it is very hard to make something look exactly the same twice. So keep in mind, if you're trying to replicate something, it's really hard to replicate the same thing over and over again, if you're doing wet on wet, because the water is just gonna travel the way it wants to travel. Ooh, I didn't realize I was so thirsty. Mm. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do random circles. This one I'm gonna do a wet on wet. Boop. Just boop it in there. Give it kind of a different look. Some people will even train their hand to where they'll get watercolors super close to each other without touching, so that's always a fun thing that you can try as well. So you can really just kind of make it anything you want it to be. So right now I'm thinking that these look too linear, so whenever I add these other two colors, I'm gonna kind of spread them out a little bit to where maybe they're not in such a straight line. So maybe I want one tree right here where it's really close to this other color. So I can do that. I can put a little ball over here. You know, trees aren't perfect. They do touch sometimes. And then maybe I'm ready for that lighter pink. So I can use that light pink and maybe I want to put one here. And maybe I want one right here. So that could be what we're doing. Um, what we can also do is we can create droplets of water. So like right here, this color is pretty thick. So what I could do is I can drop little bits of water into it, and sometimes that'll separate the watercolor. If you just drop little bits of regular water into it, and it'll cause like interesting formations in there. So I'm just gonna drop little bits of water. And what'll happen is as it's drying, that water will kind of separate some of the pigments in the paint, which was really interesting. Other things that you can do is you can do what I call little teardrops with with the water. So you can just lay your pen down and go like this with it. That can also create some interesting shapes inside your watercolor. Some of it may be a little bit hard to see unless you're up close to it. Um, if I wanted to, I could even, you know, add little dips of other colors into it. Like maybe this one's going to have a fruit of some sort in it. You do that. I think I'd like to do that with some of the red. Like maybe on one of these little trees down here, we can put some red. Just kind of gives it some extra little hints of something something. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to get it to dry before you do the next step. So what I could do is I can use my heat gun. From what I'm told, I have a noise canceling device on here. I'm not sure how it happened, but apparently this will cancel, so you should not hear anything loud. Um, but this will just be for a moment while I just quickly dry this real quick. I'm gonna pause in my drawing for a second because I just want to put your attention to something. Number one, if you do not have a heat gun, it's okay. You can definitely use something like a blow dryer. Whatever it is totally fine. Heat guns do get very hot. So be very careful with them because that is full on heat coming out of there. You don't want that in your children. But the other thing I wanted you to see is remember how I flicked those white or the bits of water on there? I'm gonna push this up to the camera a bit so that you can see some of the detailing here. But look at that, the droplets of water separated the pigment that's right here. And then you can also see where I just kind of splashed down the paintbrush right here. So you can see lots of different techniques. I also added a bunch of water over here too on top of that pigment. So you can definitely play around with what you were getting on there. So I just wanted to point that out real quick, that you can do those techniques and as they dry, you won't be able to see it whenever everything's still wet, but you will be able to see it as it dries. So I'm going to go ahead and continue heating this up because I do see that some of these droplets aren't quite dry yet. Okay, and I think that's mostly good enough. Hi, Raven. Good to see you. So we've got those going. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to add the branches. And to do that, all you have to do is just pick a different shade and just add what looks like branches to you. Like they don't have to be perfect. That's kind of the beauty of watercolor is they can be however you imagine them. So for example, this tree right here already has dark red in it, plus it has this kind of dark beigeish color. So what I might do is I might use a lighter color, or I could even use the green. Let's try the green and see what that looks like. So for this, we know that most trees have a stem, so we can put that in there. And then from there, you can just vein it up. And no matter what you do, it's going to be correct because there's no such thing as a perfect tree. Some trees have branches that go down, some trees only go up. It's really up to you. So I'm going to add that green there, and then I might add some green to this little tiny tree that's down here. And then you can just put little tiny branches on it. If you're using the type of brush that I'm using, even though this is an 8, it does have a small tip. So you can get those branches as thick or thin as you would like, just depending on what angle you use the brush on. So we can do something like that. Um, Next, let's do some of this lighter pink. Actually, I want to use some of the red. The red might look cool. Let's do some red. And let's do, I don't want it to be too close to this red, so let's go here with this tree trunk. And I'm just gonna put little branches on it. Something kind of like that. And as you go, you'll slowly see it start to form. So now I'm gonna use that red again, but maybe I'll do this tree. And maybe this tree is different. Maybe it doesn't have just one stem. Maybe it has two. So this is what I call a Y tree. Why is it a Y? We don't know. That's the shape it grew. And maybe it has like really tiny little branches on it going everywhere. And some of these, maybe we don't see some of them. Maybe some of them are behind. So if so, you can just put little dash marks. And those dash marks represent maybe branches that are behind leaves. So that's an idea that you can use as well. So let's use our darker pink right here, maybe this color pink. And maybe it's this tree right here. And just add some branches, maybe some little pock marks up here. It's okay if it overlaps the other tree a little bit. These trees are touching, so that's totally fine. And then maybe we could do, let's do this dark pink. And maybe that's what this tree is right here. Maybe this one's just kind of willowy. And then we've also got a really light pink, so we could try that as well and see what happens. It is watercolor, so sometimes it can kind of reactivate itself, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you end up with different things that you never would have dreamed of whenever the watercolor touches other colors. So sometimes it just looks really interesting. Don't be afraid to experiment, because the only way you can learn to be good at something is to first be brave enough to be bad at it. So, and the other thing is even if you think that something doesn't look good, somebody else might think it looks awesome. Hello. How are you, Ronan?
Good.
Good. So here's another tree right here.
Has anybody got on yet?
Yeah, there's some people on.
Who's watching everybody?
Well, it looks like right now we've got about 3 people watching. So see, that one's not quite dark enough, so I know that that color's not going to work. So maybe I'll use the green instead, because the green isn't really in here very much yet, and we could use the green as an accent color later too, but I'm not going to be afraid to go over what I've already done.
Yeah.
Because look, now it's mixing together and it's making this really cool murky greenish pink. Please get out of my lap, Ronan.
That looks just cool, everybody.
It does look cool. Please get out of my lap.
Maybe out of the picture.
Thank you. All right. So it didn't really work
Can
on
I
that
please
one.
have a drink?
Here's some water.
Yeah, I want water.
You know Daddy's still awake too, right?
Now he's asleep.
Oh, he went to sleep? Okay. So let's see. We still got this tree and this tree. So
Is
let's...
this one that you're using water in or not?
No, the water I'm using for the watercolors right here, sweetheart.
Oh, can I have another drink?
Yeah.
I didn't drink much.
Okay.
Why does it smell like something in there?
It smells like plastic.
Why?
Please drink the water.
Why does it smell like plastic?
Because it's a plastic cup.
Oh, do we throw plastic cups away or reuse them?
No, Ronan, please hurry. Thank you. All right, go on. All right, so I'm going to try to use this light pink again because we don't have very much of it going on. So I'm going to try again over here. Ooh, look at how vibrant it is right there. It's almost like a white. I really like that. That's very pretty. So I really like how that tree looks. And then I've also got this one up here. I think I'm going to use the green again to incorporate that color a little bit more in there. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. And we'll make this one a V tree or a Y tree. So you've got options with it. So now that we've got that going on, what we can do is let's see if we have another green in here that's similar but a little bit lighter. Maybe we can use it to make some interesting patterns. I think I'm going to use this cobalt green because I think that looks a shade lighter, kind of like that. Oh, yes, he's very excited about graduation tomorrow. We can barely get him to go to sleep. Of course, it is kind of a challenge most nights, if I'm quite honest. So with this lighter green, what I might do is maybe I'll do little circles. Just do little circles in here, kind of give it some interest. Because now this tree looks even more interesting. So we've got that going on in that tree. And maybe I want to repeat that pattern somewhere else. So maybe this tree down here, I can do that as well. Sometimes I stick to a rule of 3 with things and do it 3 times. This time I think because there's not as many trees in here, I'm going to stick to the rule of 2 because I'm probably going to decorate outside the trees too. But we're going to use this one right here. And I'm going to do some more of these little circles. And they can be as light or as dark as you want them to be. It just makes it look a little bit more interesting. And then maybe in these trees, these other 2 trees that have green, maybe I just want to kind of smack some color on it. The branches are still there, but now there's like a weird leaf pattern going on. So now it's making the tree look bushier. So you can do something like that with it. Let's see here. And we can just kind of keep repeating the patterns a little bit. Let's see. Maybe I want to add some pink, this light pink, now that I know that it works really well. Maybe I can do something with that. And maybe add some more little lines in here. See how that kind of brought out more of the colors in it? And then maybe this tree down here is the same kind of tree, so I can do the same thing. It's always good to repeat patterns so that it looks more cohesive. There we go, like that. This tree down here already has some patterns, so we know the dots look good, so maybe I can use a darker pink. Actually, I think that's the same pink. Let's go with the even darker one. And do some more little circles in there. just to kind of give it a little bit more foliage. We could also probably do that to this tree that's up here. Just do little circle marks. And then maybe this is also where we can pop in some of that green into other trees that didn't have green yet. So maybe something like that. Now, at this point, you're like, okay, what else can we do? We see lots of open spaces, so we can add bushes. We could, put little things around the edges. For hers, her inspiration was to do concentric circles. So, what a concentric circle is basically where you just make circle patterns with each of the colors. So, like maybe you start with red and then we can zhush it with some green. Woo! Oh no. Sticking to my paintbrush. And maybe I could even pop it in the middle so that it kind of swirls a bit and just get weird with it? And it's okay if it bleeds. Number one, you're going to learn from it. But number two, sometimes it makes some interesting stuff happen. Like right now, it's getting interesting. And we like interesting. So maybe this is a bush. So if that's a bush, it's a really interesting bush. And we can do it again. So another bare spot that I'm seeing is down here. So maybe this time we can start with a green. Do a little circle. And maybe I want that to gradually lighten. And maybe I want this dark pink in the mix too. Oh, all right. Yes, 5:15 does come early. Thank you so much, Diane. I'm happy that you came back and hopefully you were able to learn something today. See you next time, Diane. Now, in this one, I feel like I got too much pink. That's not a problem. Just add more of a different color into it. It's watercolor. It can handle it. So maybe that's one of our bushes. You can just get real weird with it. It's totally fine. So like maybe over here I want to do red again. Hey Falcon, how you doing? We're just getting weird and interesting with some abstract art today. Because after all, it's very fun and relaxing and you can just do whatever you want to. Ooh, I really like the look of this bush already. I'm doing pretty good, thank you. It's been a really nice night. Tomorrow my son's graduating from kindergarten, so tonight we just had kind of a nice little family night and went out for pizza. So it was pretty good. Thanks for asking. All right, and then maybe I want a bush over here too. I actually think I want a dark green in the middle of that because I think that's a really cool looking bush. Yeah, so now it has like an interesting tangled look to it. Maybe instead of bushes, I can add some big old polka dots in there and just go plop and just put them every which way. Maybe those are falling leaves of some sort. You know, with these exercises, don't be rigid. Just let your hand kind of do whatever it wants to do. And afterwards, it'll be really fun to look at. And interestingly enough, when I look at my sketchbooks, I can actually remember myself painting them. So I always have fun like rethinking about, where was I whenever I was painting that? What smells were I smelling? Like we went to before we moved here, we stayed in what I call a holiday house, which is basically like a big house that his company paid for us to stay in for a little bit while he decided if he wanted the job or not. And I remember that's where I was really experimenting wild with watercolors. And because of that, whenever I view that sketchbook, I actually remember the smell of that house. It brings back the feelings of being there, like how creative I felt, and like, different stuff like that. So it's really interesting. Like, I also, if I'm having a bad day, I love doing art because then I can put those feelings on paper and it's like a release in a way. So don't deprive yourself of that. Let yourself do what you need to do. Like maybe this one, I'm just going to smack it. Really get in there with it. Kind of like whenever I look back at this, I'll be like, oh, my baby's graduating tomorrow. Maybe I'll think of Ronan next time I see this painting. It just kind of depends. So with that, I think this particular painting is over. We can do a second one because I see that we haven't really spent much time. It's only been about an hour. So let me put these colors back where they belong real quick. And then I can get some fresh water. And once I get some fresh water, we will be able to pick a different color palette. So I'm probably going to pick from the very first color wheel since we picked this one out of the second one. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to get some fresh water because we're not going to be able to paint anything good with this goopy green stuff. So I will be right back. All right, so that didn't take but a second. So now our water is all fresh and good again. And I'm just going to put this color palette away. I'm going to draw a new one real quick. So I've got my color cube right here. And I'm just going to pick something probably here in the middle. Okay, what do we got here? So we've got a dark blue that looks more purple to me, gray, a dark teal, an ash gray, and imperial red. Okay, so it's a really similar color palette to what we just had, which is kind of interesting. But we can deal with that. So let's go ahead and flip to a new page here. And let's grab some colors here. So it says dark blue, but to me, this blue is a very purpley blue. Unless my eyes are just failing me. That looks so, so purple. So I'm gonna go with mauve. And then let's see, we need a gray of some sort. Do I really have a gray in this palette? I don't. So this is where we're gonna play with the colors a little bit. I'm going to go with Black's beige because I think that's gonna be close enough. So I'm gonna go with that. We have a teal color, which to me looks like green gray. So I'm gonna grab that one. Ooh, or would this one be better? We've got shadow green. I think the shadow green actually looks better. Let's go with that. And then for ash gray, I don't really have an ash gray, but I do have an ecru beige, which is a lighter color. So we can go with that in this palette. And then I'm going to take my vermilion back out. And I think that's pretty close. So we're going to go with those. So I'm going to set my colors over here. That's one thing. If you don't have the exact colors that's in a color cube, just go with something that's like close enough. You know, don't stress about it. It's going to be just fine. So let's see here. Let me look through our book, and we were using the Creative Abstract Watercolor book by Kate Rebecca Leach. And I'm just going to see what speaks to me. Hi, Rona. What you doing, buddy?
Hot.
You're hot?
Way too hot than I'm supposed to be.
Go sit in front of the air conditioner for a moment, baby.
I already did with my hand. Didn't my hands cool down?
Yeah, it's still a little warm, buddy.
Because you
Hi,
keep
Mindy.
how much people are on now?
Huh?
How much people are on now?
About 3 people.
Hi, everybody. And hi, Wendy.
No, Mindy.
Wendy. It's hard to say Mendy, right? I thought you said Wendy.
You thought I said Wendy? That's silly. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with simple leaves, because I think with these we can do lots of different things. So this is what the simple leaves looks like.
Yeah, there. That's the correct word.
So I think that we are going to go
There we go.
with that idea.
Hi, everybody.
All right, so, oh, Mindy says hi. She says, I hear you're graduating kindergarten tomorrow.
I am Wendy. How did you know?
Well, because Mindy's one of my friends and I told her, you little stinker.
Very funny.
Yeah. All right, try to go to bed, honey.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because it's too noisy.
It's not. Go to bed.
Yes, it
Off you pop, dear.
is too
It's
noisy.
not too noisy.
It is.
Go on.
It's
I think you're being cheeky. Go on.
not.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not.
They're saying good night, Ronan.
It's not bedtime.
Your bedtime was over an hour ago, sir.
No, wasn't.
Ronan, don't lean on my arm. I'm trying to paint, please.
No, I really like this drawing.
Thank you. So with this one, you want to just start with one of the colors and just start making leaves. And the idea is as you keep going, your leaves are going to start overlapping, but the first leaves are not.
Did we mean this yet?
We don't need that at all. Please put that down.
Does that mean we don't mean that today?
We don't need that today. Please go Go to bed, please.
Yeah, but I think I want them to say hi, Renan.
Ronan, go to bed. Yeah, please don't make me count, Ronan. Go to bed. You know that it's bedtime.
Hi to me.
They already did say hi to you.
When?
I told you. They said hi. Now they're saying good night because it's your bedtime.
Good. Ah, God, they say good night.
Good night, Ronan. Sorry about that. Little ones, they can be kind of tricky to get to go to bed. So first I'm going to fill my page with a bunch of these beige leaves. And then as I'm doing this, they're going to start drying because we are going to start adding more and more until they start overlapping with different colors. And that's kind of the idea behind this exercise. So it's just a real fun exercise. He's just getting a head start on summer. Oh, I know. He's been really excited to go to the pool. That's what he's been really wanting to do. Because we live in an apartment complex and the pool hasn't opened yet because it's not going to open for another probably weekend or so. And we keep walking by and he's like, "So when's that pool gonna open?" And I'm like, "Not yet, buddy. Like give it some time. It'll open eventually, you know?" But he's just really excited. Like today, he saw the pool stuff and he goes, "I thought you got rid of the pool stuff." And I go, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, I haven't seen it in so long." Oh, you should buy watercolors. That would be really fun to watercolor together. I love watercolors. I've only been doing it for about a year, but I find it really relaxing. And I like that watercolors are pretty forgiving and that you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. Like, look at this whole thing I did on this page. It's kind of crazy looking, but there's something fun about it. I'm trying to make them kind of like go different directions. Yeah, I think it's probably Memorial Weekend when this one opens. I don't know. I'd have to look for sure. Let's put one out here because I seem to be staying away from the edges for some reason. Maybe we can pop another one right here. Like that. The funny thing is when it opens, that's always my husband's birthday weekend. So it's like, hey, you want to have a pool party? That would be fun. Though it honestly probably just be us, though, because all of our friends are in Kansas City or Illinois now. But it would be pretty fun to go to the pool that weekend. There we go. I think that's enough of that color for right now. So now I'm going to use this darker beige and start adding more. Oh, you have some that you have in storage. Okay. Well, it sounds like it's time to take a trip to storage and get some watercolors out, girl. Shimmering H2Os. Ooh, that sounds pretty. I like glittery watercolors. Hey, Marcy, how are you doing? Oh, Marcy, I've got to show you. For my chicken conspiracies, the chickens that I did, I put the little hats on them. So look, they've got the little hats on now. They're little tinfoil hats. I have way too much fun with this. It's a problem. You've been doing so much watercolor lately. I was just like, I'm watercoloring today. I feel it. It's a watercoloring kind of time. Oh no, your whole art room's in there? Oh my. I would cry, I think. All my resin stuff's in storage. Like I used to do a whole bunch of resin and I used to sell like resin jewelry and stuff. Um, and all of that's in storage, so I feel you. I need to make time to go out there and try to find everything, but then it's just like, where do I put it? You know? Yes, they are. They are from this book right here, the Kate Rebecca Leach Abstract Watercolor book, which I believe you have, don't you? Because I think I remember seeing those in your sketchbook. I'm doing this exercise right here with all the leaves in it. It's one of my favorites because I think it turns out really pretty afterwards. I just did this tree one, so now I'm doing the leaf one over here. I feel you. I feel like my art room has doubled in size since I moved here, but it's pretty much mostly what I do, so at least it takes up my time. Trying to let some of these overlap a little bit, but I also don't want all the shapes to be the same. Hello again, Ronan. What happened to going to bed?
Every I what are they saying to this now?
Well, they're just talking about watercolors because that's what we're doing right now.
Ah, hmm. Why, I thought this was one of the watercolor tools.
It is a watercolor tool, but that's what I use with my neocolors.
Oh, but we're not using needle little watercolors, right?
Yeah, the ones that look like crayons.
Yeah, yeah, those ones.
Mm-hmm. That's what I use.
Who does anybody know what this is called?
That's called a water brush.
Water brush, everybody. Any of you said, wait a minute.
You want to play with that?
Yes,
You can play with that. That's fine.
I can make it work.
Well, it's a fidget toy. So basically, all you do is you just play with the different buttons and stuff. See, you can do all kinds of stuff. If you want, you can go in your bed and play with that until you fall asleep, maybe. I know, he's supposed to be in bed.
I'm trying to control the tablet.
The tablet? There's no tablet in here.
That tablet.
Oh, my iPad?
Yeah, I thought it was tablet.
Yeah, yours is a Kindle.
He's suing me. Does everybody like the rolling today?
Go to bed, Ronan.
Doesn't it? Does everybody like the drawing?
They do.
Did you make sure? You make sure, mommy.
Oh, interesting. That part of the paper is wanting to be water resistant. I wonder what got spilled on there.
Oh, remember that time when I accidentally spilled water on the video?
Yes, I do remember that. That was quite a thing.
Maybe that's from that. Maybe I maybe it accidentally gone on this page. Oh,
That could be.
no. Now. No.
Aw, thank you, Mindy. I appreciate that.
What did she say?
She said it's very pretty.
Oh, thanks, Wendy.
Mindy, not Wendy.
Mindy. What did you say when I said that?
Go on. Go to bed, silly.
Is that what?
Really? Yeah, I don't know why that happened. This is Canson, I think. I want to say it is. Let me make sure. Because I use, nope, this one's not a Canson. I don't know what this is because I put stickers all over the front of it. We'll never know. But I usually use the Canson mixed media papers because I like to stick to those.
One, you guys, I think I know it. We can name it. We can call it the Keisha book.
The Keisha book.
Because her name is Keisha.
Very nice. I like that.
I'm gonna try the. Now are you making fall leaves?
That's right. These are kind of folly looking, huh?
Yeah, the red ones are looking folly already.
Red ones. I haven't put red on the paper yet. That's purple. Don't touch it. It's wet.
Sorry. I thought I, I forgot that we were using paint.
What am I going to do with you, silly boy?
I always forget things, don't I?
Not really. Usually you remember things quite well. You're very intelligent.
Now, everybody, I'm trying to make a camera. I'm trying to, I'm trying to buy a camera.
You're trying to buy a camera?
Yes, if my controller.
Okay. Well, why don't you take that and go to your bed, please? Good night. I love you. Who wants to bet $5 that he comes back? Ah. Oh no, he'll be wide awake. Yes, he's going to be quite the stinker tomorrow. He says, "No, I don't want to sleep. Sleep is boring." Which I guess I kind of understand as somebody who enjoys being sleep deprived as well. I actually kind of really like this purple. It's really pretty. Yeah, he graduates from kindergarten tomorrow. Right, easy money. Of course, I said that last time and he never came back. There we go. Oh no. No, I bet you're not. You're fine, Marcy.
Tell him something.
Oh, see, I would have made $5. What's up, buddy?
Guys, from school today, we have rubber books on tablets.
You had rubber boots on tablets. What does that mean?
Can you tell her what I mean, you guys?
I don't think they know what you're talking about either, buddy.
You guys, I'm saying, I'm saying that today, we instead of reading the books, we will read them on tablets.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. See, I don't think tomorrow is his last day. I think they're graduating them, but I think they still have to go to school next week. He's not going to go on Friday, though, because he's going to go to his Gaga's house.
Everybody, everybody.
Ronan, calm down. What's up?
Remember when we done that bluey one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna press to that one.
Huh?
Is that the one that you drawed?
I did.
Hmm. Why is there tape on it?
Oh, because that was my reference picture I used.
Ah,
I just haven't taken it down yet because I'm lazy.
everybody. Everybody. What should I buy on my controller now?
Run and please stop touching the camera with that.
Whoops. What is saying about that one?
Nope, we actually read bedtime stories before bed. It does not make him tired at all. In fact, I would say it makes him more awake for some reason. Ronan, please stop touching my arm while I'm painting.
We're done. Making sure my tablet doesn't run out battery. So I'm giving it some batteries.
Go play with that in bed, please. Thank you.
I kind of like this toy.
You can have it if you want. That's fine. I don't ever play with it. It's fine. Mindy, you should definitely follow her channel. She's been watercoloring a lot lately too, and she's pretty awesome at it. She even did a grasshopper. And regardless of her name, I don't feel like she's very cranky. She is very funny though. There we go. He shut his door. Maybe we have a chance at sleep after all. I think he's just excited for tomorrow. His grandparents are going to be coming from Kansas City, so I think he's really excited because he gets to go home with them. I don't blame him. I'd be really excited too if I had a day that was all about me. Yes, I'm actually really liking these colors together. I wasn't so sure about this palette, but it's turning out to be pretty good. Uh-oh. Accidentally got some green in my tan. Don't want that. Hmm. Kansas City is about 3 to 4 hours away, depending on how heavy the traffic is, so it's not terrible. Usually when we meet halfway, it's about an hour and a half, meeting in, like, Columbia, Missouri. So that's what I'm kinda going off of. Let's do a straight leaf, kinda going up a little bit. Ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna quickly plug in my phone real quick so it doesn't die. There we go. Now we have power. Don't want it to be like yesterday whenever whenever my internet went down. That would be bad to have something happen twice in a row. Let's see. Let's do big leaf right there. Ooh, that one's kind of pouring into that. That's a cool look. Yeah, it's not a bad drive at all. It's very doable for us. So I know this weekend we're probably actually going to visit Kansas City too, which will be good. Oh yeah, yesterday I tried to stream twice and each time my internet died, but I guess my phone was still recording, so I was like really confused. I was like, "What is happening? Why is nothing working?" And I guess everybody could hear me, so it was great. Somebody came in today and was like, "We could hear you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was very embarrassed, but it's all right. At least I didn't say anything too bad or anything like that. I was just like, "Ah, oh no, everything has disappeared. What is my life?" Well, you should. The one that I've got is one that just like screws onto my desk, like it has a clamp, and then it's like a ring light with the cell phone holder right here. And the ring light really helps because I didn't realize how dark this room was until I started using the ring light because before I just had a stand that didn't have a ring light on it. So this has been extremely helpful. Let's do right here. This red is where things are going to get crazy, I think. Oh no. Oh no, Marcy, I'm so sorry. That's funny. Yeah, somebody else mentioned that to me. They were like, "What happened to you?" I was at Karen McCoy's stream and she's slapping paint on paper and she was like, "Yeah, I tried to watch and you weren't there." I don't know, man. It was really weird. Yeah, those rooms do get very dark. Our apartment, like, we have lights, like, the light is on in here, but it's not a very good light at all. I think I'm just gonna do pops of red. I don't think I'm gonna do as many as I did with the purple, because I think this should just be, like, a color that appears. But then if you were to get one of those, you could voice but not video. They would have heard from me. Yeah, I have no idea, but they said that they could hear me. So, and I know I was just in confusion. I was like, why is this not working? Can they even see me? Yeah, I was just like verbalizing what I was going through. And somehow they heard it but couldn't see. I don't know, and I think my phone was kind of freaking out too because I couldn't like even though we had no internet, I was trying to get my phone to like stop the live and it got stuck on there, so I just figured that it was not doing anything. Very strange. Yeah, any additional lights, I agree. Hmm. Ooh, look at what happened here. This is really cool looking. I'm trying to rinse off my brush so I don't contaminate the color of the paints. But yeah, if you could get like a ring light or something, you could even start streaming too, Mindy. It's really fun. And I will say the more lives you attend for other people, the more you get to know people. And this is a really good community here on YouTube. Like everybody is so nice and everybody's really supportive of each other. Um, and it's just really cool. Like I feel really fortunate to have, you know, met so many people through here like I have. Like, even if you decide not to stream at all, definitely try to, like, watch people, because you just learn so much from them, and then you make so many friends. Look at that, it's water resisting just right there. That's so weird. There's not a single reason for that water resist. I'm gonna pop a red up here in the corner. Feels like it's missing something right there. Mhm. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop my pans back where they belong, and then we're gonna blow dry that, and then we're gonna start doing some mark making. Yeah, shadows are very annoying. I agree with that. What color is this? Flex beige. This one is shadow green, vermilion, and crew beige. That sounds so fancy. All right, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and dry this off and we can start messing with marks here. So give me just 1 second to dry this. Hi, Motion. Good to see you. We are just watercoloring and having some fun today. So let's see here. I've got Kuretake stuff, so we can definitely mark make with some of that. I've also got a Kuretake Zig pen. So lots of Kuretake happening. What have I done with, oh, I've got silver. Silver might be fun. Let me find a white gel pen. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna see if I can find one real fast. Where did I put all the whites? Found this white gel pens. This one should be okay. So let's see here. Most of this I think is pretty dry. Got a little bit of substance to it. I might hit this with the heat gun one more time just to be safe. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. There we go. What I think I'm gonna do here is let's use the white. Let's see how prevalent this white is. I'm hoping that's a good white. Let's see. Because sometimes you get a white and it doesn't do anything that you hope it's gonna do. And then other times you get a real winner. So let's hope that this one is a winner. And we're just gonna do some mark making. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something different for each color. So for the purple, I'm gonna do dots in a line. single day. This is why young people have children. Last night we had Big Sisters band concert. Wow, that is a huge age gap. Yes. You are a busy mama. Honestly, Ronan was like my surprise miracle baby. We tried everything to have children. And finally, a doctor just said, I don't think you can do it. And then we like gave up trying. And then Mason went to Colorado for work, and I came and visited him, and somehow we ended up with a child. So he was our like miracle mountain baby. So now every time we visit Colorado, I'm like, we got to be careful here. We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, he's my sweet little miracle baby. And I remember, so he was a newborn in 2020, back when COVID was real prevalent. And everybody in our family had to meet him through a window because whenever he was born, he was kind of a high risk baby because he was sick when he was born. He was like throwing up bile or something like that. And everybody met him through a window. Like I remember when I was pregnant, nobody could be around me because I was considered a high risk pregnancy. It was a crazy time, very lonely, but it's something that we'll never forget. That's for darn sure. It was the altitude. Oh my god. You're so silly. Maybe it was. Gotta be careful with that altitude. Them Coloradians. Yeah, yeah, it was really hard. Like I remember my parents at the time I was speaking to my parents, and I remember freaking out because my mom worked at Walmart, and she just wasn't thinking, and had just came back from a shift at Walmart and then touched my stomach, and I about flipped my shit. I was like, "You can't do that, man." Like, "You've been around all those people, no." And I'm sure that was really hard for her too, but, that just kinda sucked. It was a scary time. I remember I was really sad because I couldn't be around, like, my grandparents at the time. And I didn't know it, but my grandpa just found out that he had cancer. And, none of us could be around him because of COVID. So luckily we were able to, he was able to meet Ronan, and, they were able to play together and stuff. But that was really hard. I don't know why, but on this one over here, it doesn't want to write. It's okay. At least it's showing up on all the other purple leaves, I guess. Dog hair. There we go. So we've got that. And then let's see, what should we do for these other leaves here? I've got a black. Maybe I can use the black on these white ones. Gotta be careful sometimes using Kuretake pens over paint. Because, like, it's okay if you paint on top of the pens, like they won't move or anything. But if you do it the opposite way, sometimes you can run the nibs on them. So you just gotta be kind of careful. Mindy, you're silly. Yeah, fine liners really are. And like you find ones that you like and there's always something wrong with them. Like I also am really bad about crushing nibs on accident. I guess I'm a little heavy-handed sometimes. And then I'll be like, "Oh, that's not what I meant to do." So I have gone through my fair share of fine liners for sure. Oh no, I just went through wet paint. Don't kill my marker, please. No, not as we were talking about it. I think I just killed this marker, guys. No. No, 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 no. Maybe if I set it to the side, it'll find life again. We'll try a different one and we won't touch that red paint again. I can't believe I did that. That's terrible. It's like it knew we were talking about it and it was like, "Hey, let me show you what I can do." Like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Mad TV as a kid, but, like, whenever they had Stewart on there and he was like, "Look what I can do, look what I can do," and that's what that pen was like. It was like, "Look at me, I can die." Oh, fuck. It's another spot. Excuse my French. Don't kill my markers. Oh, this is bad. Bad luck. Is this dry? I don't know about this. Like, I've already done half of the page, so I feel like I gotta finish this other half, but I keep killing my markers on it. Let's try some markers I don't care as much about. Let's do the off-brand marker. That seems like a good idea. Yeah, get them off-brand. Maybe that'll die a little bit less. Those Kuretake ones are freaking expensive. They really are. Like, some days they're hardy and you're like, yes, I have found the one. And then all of a sudden that happens and you're like, I talked you up, damn it. That's kind of like white markers. I feel like white markers are really fiddly too. Like one moment they'll be perfect, and then the next time you use them, it's like, who are you? What did you do with yourself? You really let yourself go, marker. Oh yeah, I feel like these are just being cheeky just because it's like they know I'm filming, so they're like, yes, let's screw up now. All right, so I've got some gold Kuretake, and I thought maybe we could do some dots with it. I've got it in this fine liner thing. As long as I don't pour it everywhere, it should look pretty cool. Oh god, it's coming out in fat drops. Okay. We're just gonna go fat dropping, I guess. Was hoping for something a little bit more lightweight than that. But it's a little bit better than if I was trying to fine line it the other way, so yeah. Oh my god, the drops keep getting bigger as they go. I swear I shut this thing up. I do think that gold looks nice on that green though. I've got some silver mica powder too from Kuretake that I'm gonna use on this too. I think that's what I'm gonna use on the brown leaves. I just haven't decided like what I'm gonna actually like draw on them with it. It's really cool. So when this Kuretake mica powder stuff dries, it feels bumpy on the paper. So you can like rub it with your fingers and it'll feel fun. And I kind of like a bit of texture. As long as it's a good texture. If it was an ucky texture, I would tell you. So we ain't gonna do any ucky textures. These are like smooth bumps, so they're okay. Okay, am I missing any green ones? Yes, I am. You thought you could hide from me and it's not happening. Oh, so that's powder that you add water to. No, 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 no. So it's mica powder ink. So the gold Kuretake ink it's the same thing. It's just called mica ink. Whoa, I got a big bubble on it. I don't know how to pop the bubble. Hold on. I'm trying to pop it. It keeps moving. Okay, okay, we're good. It's I'll show you the container that it's in, but it's called mica powder ink. That was so gross. Okay, it's this stuff. So it's still the ink, but it's mica powder ink, so that's why it's so thick. And then they have a silver too, and the silver comes in a container like this. And I have it in a fine liner pen too. So I have it in here. It's really interesting though, like you can see that it'll separate. The liquid actually separates from the ink if you don't use it for a while. But yeah. Okay, so here's the silver one. And I think for the silver one, don't bubble on me already. I'm trying to blow the bubble off of it. There's just like a weird little bubble. Go away. Get off of there, bubble. Um, I'm gonna try and see if it'll let me outline with it. At the moment, I don't think it's nope, it's just gonna splat. Okay. So I would say in these fine liners, it must just like get runny in them because the actual ink itself is not like that. We're gonna try to make it look like it's not a mistake by putting a thick strip in the middle of all of the red ones. Interesting. So it's almost like the ink has separated a little bit. But I literally just put these in jars like last week. So they shouldn't have, but they're very runny in here. More runny than I would prefer. That's okay. If you do it more than 3 times, it's no longer a mistake, right? There we go. And then I think I'm gonna leave these bare because I think it almost needs that bareness to it. Maybe I was gonna say maybe I can swirl that around a little bit, but I don't know that I want to do that because it might just make a big old mess. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping. I was not hoping for a runny mess like that, and I shook it up. Hmm, very interesting. I will have to experiment with that some more because it's the same ink, so it shouldn't be doing that. Very weird. Well, that's okay. And at this point, I would say that painting is done. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed today. I've been on for about 2 hours now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But if you could please like, share, or subscribe my video, I'd really appreciate it. Also, I do have an Etsy linked in the description, so if you'd like to support me, you're more than welcome to check that out too, and I'd really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I really enjoyed having conversation with you guys, and I hope you have a really good night. Bye. See you next time.